Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. So second day in the new month of June. Let me pull over my trade review here on the side so you guys can see it. Here it is. So there you go, June 2nd, Thursday, $700.75. I only traded one stock today. So only traded RPTX for $700.75. And if I go back to my calendar, so let's go to reports. Let's go to calendar. You could still see that the streak is still alive. So 15 days green now, not counting that Saturday. That was an options play. So with that being said, let's go over to Thinkorswim and look at my trades. Like always, guys, if you want to trade live with us, go ahead and go over to YouTube. I am streaming live on YouTube or TradeCaster.com. Once it asks for the payment on TradeCaster, just exit out of that and go to the lobbies, and mine should be free. Remember to do your own research, your own knowledge on stocks before you invest. And so, majority of day traders will lose money, but if you keep going for it, don't give up and get that experience and screen time, you will get there. So here's my trades on RPTX. Let me show you the trades first, and then let me go ahead and go over them. So let me show the trades so you guys can see. Um, there we go. So I stopped trading at around 10 a.m. So I traded for an hour and a half. That's usually where my main trading is. So you can see we did get another squeeze later in the day. Kind of choppy. Big candles on the way up. Big wicks. Candles closed slow. So I'm surprised we still kept rallying up for new high. But I left that one alone. So front side of this stock. Let's go over the trades. The first one was we had a pre-market high of 1146, and we started downtrending as soon as market opened. And from here on, I said watch your red to green move and see if we get that nice big candle to come back up, get us over VWAP, and then take some dip trades to see if we get a retest of 1146. We did have a big support here at resistance at 1126 before 1146. So once we got this nice green engulfing candle here, I jumped in on the next pullback for a little micro pullback for a little 1 minute dip entry right there. Jumped in at 1108, so I got filled the bottom of that candle, jumped in 1108, sold 1113, 2500 shares, same candle again, pulled back down to VWAP, getting close to VWAP in that 9 EMA, jumped in again 1500 at 1111. So once again, I nailed the bottom of those two candles. Wow, literally nailed the bottom of those two candles. 1107 was this one. I got 1108, and this one, the low was 1111, and I got 1111. What a perfect fills. So I bought those two dips, sold at 1116. I don't remember my profit was up at now, maybe $100 or something like that. So I did take this one. Now this wick here wasn't, I was actually explaining it on my live, so this is why I suggest you guys go on there. A lot of information that I'm giving out. So this candle here, you can see that big wick, and I was actually in on the trade, but this candle itself did not pop up. It didn't start taking people out, and then flushed. This candle was one of those kind of just like that wick just shows up, so that candle was there, and then out of nowhere that wick just spawned on top. When you see that, it doesn't necessarily scare me as much as seeing a flush. I don't know why they happen. I don't know if they're misprints. I don't know if it's somebody covering a big position, somebody selling it, or somebody buying real quick. I don't know what happened, but when I see those wicks just spawn, I don't get as scared as if I see something like this. So this candle, that wick just spawned out of nowhere. That candle did not go up and then flush. That I would be scared of, which is kind of what this candle did. So this candle right here, you can see the body of it is down there. You see that bottom low, but this candle came all the way up. This one was actually rising up, taking sellers out, squeezing them, and then I don't know where those sellers came in and flushed it back down. Two big differences. One just kind of spawns misprint. I don't know why that happened. The other one is a clear sell signal that people are coming in short and pushing that price down. So when you see that, get out of it because continuation might keep going on. Same thing here. This candle is coming all the way up, flushes back down, and at this point, I actually wanted a short. I couldn't short. I don't usually short, but it said none available tomorrow. But I said once that candle popped up and then sellers started flushing it back down, you would take that short there and ride 10, 15, 20 cents down on that. Anyway, so my first trade was there. I didn't get a chance to exit on there. Like I said, that wick spawn. So you can see I closed it at 11:32, 33, 32, which is where these candles down here are. So got fully out of that trade. Once I see that, maybe people see that as well and get scared that the next candle is not going to push up, so I just closed it out. But also, it doesn't really scare people, which is why We didn't really get a flush. After that, I still count that as a high 11.9 because it's got pretty close to 12 and it stopped right at 11.9. So I said, okay, maybe 11.9 is now our new high. Not that sellers are going to be piled in short, but 11.9 is where my target is. So we start coming back up and get to 11.75. And here I had a really good trade to avoid losing a lot of money. So we had 11.75 right here on this candle was the high of it. It's 11.75. Second candle 11.75. Third candle 11.75. And I said if 75 breaks, we're flying to 11.90, possibly $12. There's a lot of sellers at 11.75, so if they start getting pushed out, they have to cover. On this candle, you see that tiny little wick, right? This candle broke 11.75 and hit a high of 11.76. It broke 11.75. It broke 11.75, but only squeezed 1 penny. What does that tell me? Does that tell me that candle is going to squeeze and squeeze? Or does that tell me it barely got out, shorts came in and piled in? That's what's telling me. So the second I saw that one, I literally on my stream, and you can guys go watch this live. I'll upload it. It's already uploaded on YouTube. I said, did it break 11.75? I zoomed in and I saw that penny move up. I said, I'm out. I closed it at 11.68. I said, I'm out. I'm not going to stay in this trade. Closed it at 11.68. Instantly after I flushed down 20-30 cents. So if you're looking for a break and you get the break and doesn't break how you want it, you get out of the trade. That's the only reason why you're in the trade. If what you were expecting to happen didn't happen, you get out. Small little bounces down here, 11.41, 11.39. Looks like I took a small loss on that one. And then all morning I was saying there's a lot of shorts in this stock. 11.75 held pretty strong. If we catch them off guard and get a nice squeeze, we will open up, right? So we started climbing back up, got past that 1150 psychological resistance. I saw this candle popped all the way up here. I didn't jump in on it. Closed a little bit lower to me than I wanted it. If this would have closed here, I would have taken that next dip, but closed halfway down there. Didn't take that next dip. Eventually jumped in with 1,000 shares at 71, which is almost for the break of 75 where all of those sellers were. So I jumped in way up here, 11.75, and then we got that break of 11.75. We got the break of 11.9, and at this point we are hovering above 11.9. What am I looking at next? And you guys know this. The $12, right? $12 whole psychological resistance. So at that point, I'm aiming for $12. Can we break $12? I don't know, but can we at least get up to $12? Probably, right? So at this point, and if you go back on this same candle, 1,000 shares at that 71, 15,000 shares at 11.93. That was a big trade. 11.93, right there. Chased it with 15,000 shares, 1,500 shares. Sorry, 1,500, not 15,000. 1,500 shares on that right before $12. And where did I sell? To right there. 1,500 shares at 12.06. So got about 7-8 pennies on that 12.06, right there. Sold it right there. 12.06. Yep. So 11.93 to 12.06, a little bit over 10 cents with 1,500 shares. So that trade right there put me up $600, 630 or something like that. Then I started trying to catch some dips down in here. I was trying to catch some dips and ride it back up. It wasn't until this candle, the one that I mentioned earlier about the flush, where I was trying to buy a little breakout here of like 11.10 cents and try to get a new high, which we did. At that time it was 12.13. We got a new high all the way up to 12.19. When I tried buying this candle, I actually fat fingered my hotkey, so I clicked the wrong one. And by the time I tried fixing it and clicked the right one, I bought high. So I bought at 11.94. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, I bought at 12.1. I was like, that's the sale. I bought at 12.16. So I bought high, 12.16. 500 shares right there. I got in high. Maybe it was going to squeeze or not, but since I saw those big sellers start coming back down, that flush candle comes back down, I got out of that trade right away at 11.94. So I took those trades a loss from 12.1 all the way down to 11.94. So I think I gave back almost $100 profit just on that trade. Still my fault. I mean, I jumped in high. Good thing I controlled my share size. So here on those moves that I'm a little bit more um, certain that we're gonna get a break or at least get a break, I play it more aggressively. 2,500 shares max share size on this one. Once I'm up here playing with more risky plays, playing for smaller breakouts, 500, right? So if I would have gone in with 1,500, 2,500 up here, I definitely would have given all my profit back. So since I only went in with 500 shares, I was still green. I gave back $100 off the top there. So at this point, I was up 539. We get another squeeze, so you get a little break of a downtrend down here. So you got this wick connected with this wick. Break of downtrend right there on this green candle. You could have started buying and here started accumulating for that rise back up. I didn't see it then, so I jumped in on this candle at 1184. 1184, also buying high, trying to see if we can get that 1190 again. $12 retest. Looks like I sold those for a very small profit, 4 pennies each. 1188, 1188 on all of those fills. Tried again on that 1 minute pullback, trying to see if we can hit this 75 now. So that was the support earlier, right? The resistance earlier. So that's 75. Now is trying to catch another bounce on 75 and see if we can hold this and then climb back up. So I was trying to get a little bit of shares here and there and trying to rise back up, but didn't end up working out for me. Looks like I bought in at 78, sold at 75, 74. So it looks like I took another little bit of a loss there. And then at this point, I was like, I'm done. I had already imported my trades. They were in on Trade Review. I had already even done a little challenge for everybody watching me live. And I said, whoever guesses a profit on my last 15 days, I will give you guys a free phone call. Anything you guys want to ask me, you'll be able to ask me there. So make sure you guys tune in on YouTube or on Tradecaster. So I did that, and my profit was set. I went over the trades and all that stuff. And then we get this nice move again. And then we get this nice move through that 1175. We break that same resistance that was holding up. So if you see 1175 holds all day. We resist 75, we break above it. We break down below it, we flush, flush. We didn't held it, we flush. We break above it, we hold above it, we rise. So 1175 was a key level. It looks 1175 plays out later in the day again as well. So 1175 right there for sure. So then we start squeezing up again. Looks like I jumped in at this green candle as well. Now we got through 1175. Now we got through the $12. And when this candle popped up, it held those $12. That body of the candle was still holding above $12. So I said, let me try a stab again. Let me take another stab at it. So I jumped in 1,500 shares at 1209. So right there on the way back up. Took some out at 1215. So it looks like almost the top of this candle. 1215 right there, and looks like I took some out even higher at 1223, so 1223 up there. So 1,500 shares. This trade right here added about another $200 profit, about 170, 180 I think, because I was up 530 or something like that. So finished that trade up, and then total profit of 700. And at that point I said, this stock has squeezed several of times. If I go back, let me delete these trades so you guys can see it a little better. So here's one good move. Here's two good moves. Here's a third one up in that area. Here's a fourth one, right? So look at those big green candles. But what happened every single time we got one of those candles? We sold it off. We didn't hold the move. We sold it off. Didn't hold the move. Sold off. Didn't hold the move. Sold off a little bit. Didn't quite hold the move. This one held a little bit more. You can see it comes back for another high and kind of held those highs as well. But every time we moved up, we gave it all back. Every time we moved up, we gave it all back. Every time we moved up, we gave 80% of it back. We moved up again, kind of held it more. But at this point, I said, look, shorts are still in this play. We're not getting one move up. We're not getting the move up. We're not getting the flag little pattern down there and then the next leg up. That's not what's happening. This stock is doing this and doing this. Doing this and doing this. Doing this and then doing this. So there's a difference between a stock that's actively trading and actively taking out sellers, which is this right here, as opposed to one that's just kind of up and down and up and down. So it's very hard to take those breakout trades on those. You get 1-2 clean moves and you got to take your profit, because otherwise you're going to go red on the trade. And the other ones, you can hold them a little bit longer, you get a little bit better runners, all of that. There was no chance for runners today. So that concludes this recap. Those were all the trades that I took today. It was the only ticker that I traded today, so at least I was able to get green, keep my 15-day profit or streak alive. And so Tomorrow I actually will not be trading live. I have to be a little bit quiet around the house tomorrow, which is very rare. I don't usually have to, but other than that, I will be back Monday trading live. You can watch me on YouTube; it's completely free, or you can watch me on Tradecaster, where it's also completely free. I wouldn't charge on Tradecaster if it was free on YouTube, so you guys can watch me free on both of them. Tradecaster has a little bit latency delay, so it's almost like a 1 second delay, even less. So you can see everything that I'm seeing, where I'm buying, where I'm selling, talking about it, and you guys can ask me questions as well. With that being said, guys, you know trading is risky, so be prepared to lose some money first before you start making money, and do your research before you start putting up big money. So there's also simulating trading. You can always do that, but yeah. So you guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this recap. If you do, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Make sure to comment below any comments you have, any ideas, any video ideas, any questions you guys have. I do have my Discord link below and everything like that, so you can also reach out to me there. That being said, this concludes this recap, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another recap.